What's up, everybody? So I thought of this idea a few weeks ago and thought it would be pretty cool and really something that I haven't seen lots of people do. So today, without further ado, I'm not going to waste any more time. I will name my top 5 Atlanta Falcons of all time. So let's get started. So some of y'all may not agree with this, but number 5, I am going with Michael Vick. Now, yes, the way he left here was pretty bad, but when he was here, it was absolutely electric. With the Falcons, Vick made it to 3 Pro Bowls, the single-season rushing yards record by a quarterback, and held it until last year when Lamar Jackson broke it, and just so many iconic moments, from the overtime run versus the Vikings, to the playoff win at Lambeau Field, to all the great moments versus the Panthers, etc., etc. So my point is that while yes, his ending in Atlanta wasn't pretty, he was still a great football player and I believe is worthy to be on this list, whether you like it or not. So number 4 was a toss-up between 2 players, but for number 4, I decided to go with Roddy White. In his 11-year career, all spent with the Falcons, by the way, he made 4 Pro Bowls. In 2010, was a first-team All-Pro. Is still the all-time receiving touchdown leader for the Falcons. Was the all-time receiving yards leader until it was broken by a guy we'll talk about a little bit later on. And last year was inducted into the Falcons Ring of Honor and has just had so many great moments in his career that will forever make him a Falcons legend. And yes, he did take a dip the last year of his career, but he is no doubt still a Falcons legend. Number 3 is going to be none other than Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, who is also probably the most unappreciated player in franchise history. Throughout his 12-year career, all in Atlanta, Ryan has passed for a total of 51,186 yards, which is 10th most all-time. 321 touchdowns, which is 11th most all-time, to just 147 interceptions, and a career completion percentage of 65.4. In 2016, Ryan won NFL MVP honors and Offensive Player of the Year, along with a 2008 Offensive Rookie of the Year. He has made it to 4 Pro Bowls, was a 2016 first-team All-Pro, and helped lead the Falcons to Super Bowl 51. And yes, we all do know what happened there, but you really can't put all the blame on Matt Ryan. The whole team deserves some blame, and you can't primarily just put 100% of the blame on Matt Ryan. He can make anyone look good. He can lead your team to a win. He can lead you back from behind, like how he did last year with the 49ers and the Eagles game. And he is the best quarterback in franchise history and is a all-time Atlanta great, whether you like it or not. Now, number 2 and number 1 were tough to decide which spot I would put them at, but for number 2, I am going with Deion Sanders. And I mean, come on. This is prime time Deion Sanders. In his 5-year career in Atlanta, he recorded 24 interceptions, 789 punt return yards, and 2 punt return touchdowns. 3,388 kick return yards and 3 kick return touchdowns. And while, yes, he did leave to go sign with the rival San Francisco 49ers and then later on sign with the Dallas Cowboys, he is still no doubt a Falcon great. Now, before I do get to number 1 on this list, I do want to give out some honorable mentions. The first one is Tony Gonzalez. He was actually the one I was toying around with Roddy White to maybe be number 4. But the reason that I put him in honorable mentions and I put Roddy White at number 4 is because, yes, he had a great last few years with us, but he was morely remembered for his time with the Chiefs, although he did still have a few great last years with the Falcons. The next one is Jamaal Anderson, who did the iconic Dirty Bird dance and just is one of the most memorable moments in franchise history, and also was really the offensive engine to help us to our first ever Super Bowl 33. And the last honorable mention is going to be John Abraham, who is the franchise leader in sacks with 68.5 and is no doubt one of the best Falcons pass rushers ever, if not the best Falcons pass rusher ever. And really, we could use him today. And here we are at number 1, and who do I think is the greatest Falcon of all time? You already saw it. None other than the GOAT himself, Julio Jones. And you may say, oh, this is only because, you didn't see guys like, Deion Sanders or Steven Barskowski. But no, I actually think it's Julio Jones. Let me tell you why. Today's Randy Moss, ever since the Falcons traded up 21 spots to get him in 2011, has recorded 797 receptions, 12,125 receiving yards, which I stated earlier is a Falcon record, and 57 touchdowns, which is second most in franchise history, but he will probably break that record in the next year or two for the Falcons. He has made 7 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pros, 3 second-team All-Pros, has led the NFL in receiving yards twice, a member of the 2010s All-Decades team, currently holds the second most receiving yards in a season, has had a 300-yard game, which is something that only 8 other receivers in NFL history has done, and literally has scored so many game-winning touchdowns for the Falcons. And another thing, he's never a crybaby about anything, hint, hint, Michael Thomas. And really, he is not only the best receiver in the NFL today, but one of the greatest receivers of all time. And I think it's the greatest Falcon of all time. You may say, oh, he's in the top 5, but he's not the greatest of all time. I think he's the greatest Falcon of all time. So, yeah, there you go. Julio Jones, greatest Falcon of all time. Now, before I do end this, I do actually want to do something else, which is name a player that at the end of his career could really be a Falcon legend and maybe even be in contention for this list. And there are definitely a few I considered, but right now I'm going to go with Dion Jones. The reason I'm going to go with Dion Jones is because he's already had a great start to his career and is already the centerpiece to this Falcon defense. So that is going to be it for this video. If you did like it, please like and subscribe to the channel. I am trying to grow this channel. And press that notification bell so that you can get notified when every video comes out. And let me know your top 5 Falcons in the comments below. I shouldn't be the only one that gets to state this. I want y'all to also state y'all's top 5 Falcons of all time in the comments below. But anyways, I will see y'all Wednesday with a new video, and until then, rise up.